Hey there, true crime fans. Today, I'm diving into one of the biggest securities fraud busts of the early 2000s, Operation Uptick. It was a massive operation, targeting stock manipulation schemes that were shaking up Wall Street and bilking investors out of millions. Let's set the scene. The year was 2000. The stock market was booming and everyone wanted a piece of the action, but behind the scenes, not everything was as it seemed. Enter Operation Uptick. A joint effort by the FBI and the SEC, this operation aimed to crack down on widespread securities fraud. So what exactly was going on? Picture a web of corrupt brokers, mobsters, and shady stock promoters. They were manipulating stock prices, making them soar artificially only to dump them later and leave unsuspecting investors with worthless shares. It was a classic pump and dump scheme, but on a massive scale. The operation kicked off in June 2000. Over 600 FBI agents took to the streets, executing over 120 arrest warrants. It was the largest securities fraud bust in history. The targets? Everyone from small-time brokers to high-ranking members of the Gambino crime family. One of the key players was Philip Abramo, known as the Kingpin of Wall Street. Abramo and his crew were deeply entrenched in the stock manipulation game, using threats and violence to maintain control. But the net was closing in on them. Investigators had been gathering evidence for years, using wiretaps, undercover agents, and informants. The evidence was damning. Conversations caught on tape revealed the inner workings of the schemes as well as the intimidation tactics used to keep everyone in line. When the bust went down, it was a media frenzy. Headlines screamed about the mafia's involvement in Wall Street, and the public was both shocked and fascinated. The arrests and subsequent trials brought to light the extent of the corruption and the sheer audacity of the schemes. In the end, Operation Uptick was a major success. Dozens of individuals were convicted, and the operation sent a clear message. Securities fraud and stock manipulation would not be tolerated. But the story doesn't end there. The bust had a ripple effect, leading to stricter regulations and increased scrutiny in the financial markets. It reminded everyone that greed and corruption can infiltrate even the most seemingly sophisticated systems. So, what's the takeaway? Operation Uptick was a landmark case in the fight against securities fraud. It exposed the dark underbelly of Wall Street and showed the world that no one, not even the mafia, is above the law. Thanks for tuning into this deep dive into one of the biggest securities fraud busts of the early 2000s. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more true crime stories. And as always, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe. Until next time.